Welcome to the Buddy and Friends podcast, a podcast about performers. Let's get on with the show.
Hello and welcome back to Buddy and Friends. I'm your host, Buddy Katz. If you don't know who I am, I'm a Michael Jackson and Freddie Mercury impersonator. Today's guest, I have a very special guest. She's an upcoming artist. She's a singer. She's a performer. Only at 16 years old, too. I heard some of her music. She's great. And she's also from Vegas. So, Vegas artists, they're amazing people. Cam, welcome to the show.
Hi.
A little bit about yourself. You have your own album out. You have your own music. Do you write your own music?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's great. Let's talk about a little bit of your early life. What was your early introduction into performing and how it inspired you throughout your life?
Well, my family has always been big fans of music. None of them have been musicians, but like my first concert was at 6 years old, or 6 weeks old, excuse me. I saw Donna Summer. So there's always been a love for music, but it really started when I was a competitive gymnast and I fractured my ankle. So I was like out. So a way I found to like cope with that, I turned to music and then I never went back. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know, who was your biggest influence growing up?
Oh boy. I grew up with my parents' music taste. So like Chris Cornell and Alanis Morissette were big influences. But also just like my parents in general with how with all their support and stuff, that's really influenced me to like keep going with everything. So for sure.
That's good. Also, we got your mom here.
Oh yeah, you want to say hi? Oh yeah. Hi.
So Mom, I got a question for you.
Oh boy.
So how do you feel about your daughter being a performer? And so what do you think when she first started, when she said, I want to be a performer? What was your first thought of it?
I mean, the first time I'm sorry for my cat. The first time I saw her perform was she was probably 2 or 3, and it was to her stuffed animals out in the backyard on a giant rock with her princess microphone and keyboard and purple guitar. And she just always loved it. Her first birthday party was a music party because she would go to a music class that my son was in, her brother, who's 2 years older. He didn't have much interest, but she'd be bopping her head along, and she was an infant and absolutely loved it. So music has always been her thing. And then when she wanted to after gymnastics, I said, yeah, go for it. And with both of my kids, whatever they're passionate about, they're free to do it. No one needs me to tell them, go practice, go do this, go do that. They do it on their own. It's what they love to do. So that's where she's at now. It's all her own.
There you go. Mom's proud. I love that. Mom's a big supporter.
Yeah, I'm lucky to have their support.
It's always good to have the parents' support. It's always amazing.
For sure, yeah.
Also, I saw a drum set in the background. Do you also play drums?
Oh yeah. It was a goal at one point. That was like a little quarantine thing.
Okay.
I think it was like my 13th birthday present. I'm definitely a little rusty. So but it's there.
Well, since you love performing on stage and you're a performer, at 8 years old, you got to sing on a real stage. What was that feeling like for you as a performer?
It was surreal being the performer and not an audience member because at 8 years old I was already attending a lot of concerts. But I felt more comfortable on stage. Like I'm a pretty shy person in real life, so it allowed me to express myself in ways that like I couldn't in normal life. So I was like, oh, this is awesome.
They never expect, like, I'm going to be making my own music one of these days.
Yeah.
It's amazing feeling. It's like sometimes like I'm surprised the people who come up to me. It's like, I love your work. I'm like, thank you.
For sure. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Let me tell you, it gets a lot more weirder when people, or it's flattering but weird when people know you without the makeup and wig on. It's like, oh no, like, hello, how you feel with that?
Oh, yeah.
you write your own music, you write your own songs. Can you tell me what that process is like in creating?
So it's a weird process. I basically have random writing spurts where I write for multiple days about random things that I'm feeling. And then I won't write for like a month or two. I kind of just know when I'm in the mood to make a song and then I do it. But my songs aren't really about specific scenarios or stories. It's kind of just what I feel as I'm writing the songs. So when I feel the juices flowing, I just let them flow. Yeah.
Do you come up with the rhythm first or you come up with the lyrics first?
Um, Usually it's the lyrics first because like I feel like a lot of the times I'll be out and about in public and I'll hear like a certain phrase. It's like, oh, that could make a cool song, and then I write it down and then I come back to it and then I build upon that. So
It's like I was listening to some of your songs. It's like for 16 years old, like you went through some pain. It's like did somebody hurt you or
no,
something?
no, it's
Like a
I guess it's
relationship or
called
something?
no, it's called like growing up. I don't know. I'm honestly like I don't have any drama in my life whatsoever, so I don't know where it comes from. So do you want to say hi?
For our listeners who do not know, she has a cat.
Oh, oh my God. Okay. Anyways,
So you have your first ever self-titled album. Do you have any favorite songs for the album?
I can think of top three.
Okay.
Um, Torn is definitely my favorite, just because there's nothing like special about like writing it and stuff. It's just always been like my favorite song to do. Thrown in the Wind is actually the first song I've ever written, so that's always gonna be like close to me, like in my heart. And then The Unknown, I wrote that song after like a huge writer's block, and I just love the harmonies that I did on it. So those would be my top three for sure.
It's good. Oh, so since you live in Las Vegas, do you think in the future you're gonna have your own residency show?
This might sound crazy, but I don't think so.
No.
As much as I love the opportunities Vegas has given me, I want to share my music with as many people as I can and not stay in the same place. So I definitely prefer like touring than having a residency.
Definitely. I
Yeah.
definitely feel that. Is there any opportunities of you going to American Idol, The Voice, anything?
Um, I don't think so. I feel like no offense to anyone who's on those shows. I just feel like it's more about like the entertainment aspect than like the pure like talent and seeing who's the best. So like no hate, like I still love the shows. They're addicting to watch. I just don't think I'd do it myself.
Definitely, I feel that. Is there any tips you can give any upcoming performers and what it takes to be a performer?
Um, I mean, the number one tip is really simple, but it's just like don't give up. It's definitely super frustrating, especially for younger performers like me, because we don't have a lot of places to go to perform. Not as many opportunities. So it's just, I'd suggest building up what you can without like having the same opportunities as everyone. Like, for example, I was more focused on recording music and getting that out there than I was at performing at like these places that I wasn't allowed into. So by the time that I'm older enough, like I can go many different places. So I definitely say focus on building up what you can, and then don't be a perfectionist because that's what I suck at the most. So that's another big one.
Same. I'm also a perfectionist. I got like make sure every detail is perfect.
Yep.
And
Oh
mostly
my
when
gosh.
and mostly when you're working with a team too, you gotta like make sure like okay, it has to be like this. I got
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Even like social media and stuff, I'm so bad at it because I can never figure out what I want to post because like, oh, that note was bad or that note was bad. I'm very picky. I just need to chill out.
So I got one more question for you.
Yes.
Since I'm a Michael Jackson and Freddie Mercury impersonator, do you have any favorite MJ or Queen songs?
I'm definitely like a hard Queen fan.
Okay.
My top three would be Killer Queen, The Show Must Go On, and Stone Cold Crazy. Those ones are my favorites for
Those
sure.
those are classic ones. I love those
Yes.
songs. Mostly Killer Queen. That's like everybody's favorite from.
Exactly. You can't go wrong with it. Yeah.
No. Do you have anything to promote? Anything coming up?
I'm basically just traveling around this whole summer. Mom, do you know like nothing this summer like in Vegas? My momager here has all the dates, but
Any dates we should know about?
Going back to your hometown in Scranton,
oh yeah,
Pennsylvania.
I'm going back to Scranton. I'm playing there. That'll
Okay.
be fun. And then I'm going to Portland, but I don't think there's anything
No, open
booked
mics.
yet. Yeah,
and stuff
open
there.
mics and stuff. Sometimes you just gotta go explore and get to know the music scene. So that's what that trip's about. So
In LA
just-
this weekend.
yeah, we're just focusing on traveling this summer to meet new people. So
Any new music in the future that we should know about? Anyone?
yes, actually,
Okay.
I think I have 3 songs recorded now. So I think 2 of those should be coming out soon. So I'm excited about that.
I'll definitely keep you updated on that because I know some of my listeners probably like, okay, because how I found you, I don't know how. Somebody told me. I was like on
Really?
Instagram. Yeah, I found you on Instagram just by scrolling, and your page came up. I'm like, she's a fantastic singer. I want her to be on my interview. Like,
I always wonder how people come up, like, find me. It's so weird. I was on a podcast with another guy, and he found me on TikTok, and I only have 2 posts on TikTok. So it's just so weird. I'm like, oh my gosh, what a small world. So
Hey, it's amazing on how people can find you.
yeah,
That's the
especially
amazing
across
thing.
the country. That's crazy.
Definitely. And also get your name out there. With you
Yeah.
being an upcoming performer, definitely.
hmm
It was great having you on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Where can people find you and find your music?
You can find my music at Cam Elise, Cam with a C, on any streaming platform, and then you can follow me online at Cam Elise Music. So awesome.
Okay. Well, Cam, it was such an honor to have you on the show, and also your mom on the show. It was great having you also. For all my listeners, please go support upcoming performers. They need the support.
Mhm.
And also, thank you for listening to Buddy and Friends. I'm your host, Buddy Katz, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.